weeks, 4 guests, and 4 incredible entrepreneurs. Each one has built a successful business, and every one of them has roots in the ClickFunnels world. Different backgrounds, different journeys, but unique lessons from building real online businesses. And we'll be diving deep into how ClickFunnels has helped power their growth, the strategies, the struggles, and wins behind the scenes. These are real entrepreneurs sharing what actually works. Join us as we talk with entrepreneurs powered by ClickFunnels and hear the stories behind their success on tonight's episode of Pitch Practice,
the show.
My name is Mark, and I am the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group, Funnel Building 101. I teach the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
I'm Brandon here, your Chief Business Strategist with Brandon Growth Lab, helping you take those funnels, get them hooked up to the internet properly, kind of like your digital plumber, just so you don't miss another lead or sale.
Awesome, Mr. Plumber, what's going on? We are at another Wednesday, exciting week. How has your week been going so far? Got a couple announcements to make before we bring on our special guest, but how are you doing, Brandon?
Hanging in there, man. Another gray day here in Ohio. Cold, wet, and I am deeply missing Florida on days like today.
Sorry. I'm not going to say anything about the weather that we've been having.
I know what your weather's like. I always look.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I guess, yeah. I mean, it's been a pretty exciting week. Besides the weather, I know you're moving on. I don't know. Are you moving to Boise soon?
No. I don't know what's going on with that or where I'll be eventually moving. I just got to convince the wife that Ohio is not the place, because I am sick of the gray skies.
Nice. Yeah, since we've last been here, I think I think the tickets went on sale. Funnel Hacking Live almost sold out already. And that's what I wanted to just do a quick unboxing today of what I got in the mail for signing up for VIP, being there at the announcement. I believe that's what this is. It would be crazy if I were to open it and it'd be something else, right?
Who knows, man? But I can tell you, I haven't got mine yet, so it's a little irritating to see that you got it. But it's cool that you got it. But it's like, where's mine at?
Don't hate. But check it out. It's funny because it's it's the address that it came from was Russell Brunson, 708 Captain Joe Fulgham, Suite C in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So I don't know. It must be some type of drop. I don't know, print on demand or maybe a book publisher. But
yeah, it sounds like a book publisher.
Came from Tennessee, and but without further ado, let me.
You might have to send me the address. I'll drive down there and get mine.
Yeah, it'll probably get there faster. I was getting text messages, and it was on the way, and I said, Woza, check this out. I got my very own Funnel Hacker book.
There you go.
Check that out. I wasn't sure what to expect with this book. And I've seen a lot of people out there asking, how do I get a copy of this book? Apparently, this book was offered on a previous page. I heard someone say during his birthday, he sent the email out, but this was it was an upgrade. You just had to pay shipping for it, but that page is no longer there. It's now the the official Funnel Hacking Live page where you can get your tickets at. So as far as where you can get your copy of this, I would say just stay tuned. Maybe there'll be another opportunity for you to actually pick up a copy of this. I'm interested to see exactly what it looks like on the inside, but we'll save that for later. And did you see the Funnel Hacking Live? Did you see that funnel?
I did. It was pretty extensive, pretty lengthy. I mean, it was drawn out for over a week. He went live every day, pretty much in Backstage Pass, like testing out that app and showing all of the after videos. The only one I missed was the after video to FHL 10. So I don't even know if I made the video.
Okay.
But the actual page itself, plus going through and doing the live segments and then the live release, that was pretty good.
Cool. Well, just so happens that our guest tonight actually appears on that sales page. It's really cool. It's really cool. But and we'll have to remember, we're I think this is our last guest in this 4-part series, but next week we're gonna break that funnel down, Brandon. We're gonna break that funnel down. I love some of the elements on it and how they actually integrated the Ticketmaster elements on that page. Check out when you click the areas, what it does to, and it opens up the ticket sales. That's slick. That's slick that you can actually do that inside of ClickFunnels too. That's what I like. I tried to swipe it.
You can't. You can't swipe it. You know you can't swipe it.
No, look, do Barnum PT, because you can copy 2.0 pages in Barnum PT.
Okay.
You have it there. Try it.
I might try it. There's some animated elements on here that I like.
The little funnel things.
And you got like the fonts with how it's like, it looks like it's lights. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're glowing.
Yeah, it's like an extra glow. It's like it's even glowier than the typical glow, right? It's a sweet page. That is a sweet page. And they've got somebody on the dev team is really hooking them up. But we are going to break that funnel down next week. But tonight, give us a hashtag where you're watching from down in the comments, because we're ready to bring our guest on tonight. Our guest tonight runs an AI video ad agency called Katapult Lead Gen, and she makes hilariously funny scroll-stopping ads for businesses that don't want to get on camera and film themselves, and for agency owners that are tired of chasing clients for new creatives. She's been in the ClickFunnels world now for about 5 years, working on funnels, offers, and what actually gets people to convert. Lately, she's been focused on using AI to make ads feel less like ads and more like a mini series that people actually want to watch. We are excited to bring on Kat Rich.
Yeah, you made her go away, and that was excessive. And you forgot her middle name. There she is.
Oh my God!
All right. Hey guys,
I'm gonna
my middle name?
Kat the Pixel Rich.
I'm so good at ads. I'm even the pixel. How do I pixel? I get in all of the photos on the funnel hacking, everything, website and the programs and stuff.
Right. I didn't know if you were going by the pixel name anymore.
Oh, there she is.
Unofficial.
Right there.
She's on the sales page, right?
Right there, dancing right behind what's his name there. Her face is blocked.
In two places. You've got one where Devon's got his, let me see if I can get a camera. Like Devon's doing this, and I'm somewhere in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another one, where Devon's dancing and he's got his hand right in front of my face.
Yeah.
If there's a camera around, we could definitely be sure to see you. I think you've made it on more after show videos, but
Right.
it's awesome to have you on the show, Kat.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much, Mark, for inviting me and having me here. I mean, I've looked the past 4 weeks or 3 weeks, you've had some amazing guests on
Uh-huh.
here. So I'm so glad. I'm very thankful that you even thought of, to invite me out. So thank you.
Yeah. I think that I've loved this series too because I think we've had a variety of people on here, and I think everybody's been able to come on and tell their story and what how their journey has been and how the whole thing is about how ClickFunnels been a part of that journey. Now for all of those out there that don't know who Kat Rich is, tell everyone out there watching and listening, who is Kat Rich?
Well, I'm really glad that you mentioned the whole ClickFunnel and how we are involved in it because it is really the whole basis of business for me. And then I'm not just talking about where I host my websites, but it's all of the people that I have met in communities online and especially at Funnel Hacking Live. And I can only attribute the current success I have in business to having been to so many Funnel Hacking Lives and the network I've created there. Because I mean, where I am now, I'm like working on my warm network for new business coming in. Most of the clients I've had so far, I have gotten from the ClickFunnels community, just
Mhm.
from catching up with friends at from Funnel Hack, people that I've met at Funnel Hacking Live. So,
Yes.
um, but I hadn't always been in the internet marketing community. I mean, when I first when I first started like professionally, I was a music teacher and teaching elementary school and getting burnt out having to do musicals and choir performances and end of the year programs and Mother's Day programs. And it was like all of these things that I just wanted to, teach my classes.
Mm.
But anyway, so I thought, "Oh, there must be something else that I can do." So this is where I started. Like I got certified in mathematics because I thought they're not going to ask a math teacher to do musicals or stage productions or, oh, hey, why don't you whip up a choir for this PTA meeting?
Mm.
So, but anyway, that was sort of the catalyst to getting on this business journey. And I was living in Dubai at the time when I decided I was like, I'm done with teaching, being a school teacher. And I read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad and realized there's a better way. Got involved
Yeah.
with real estate in Dubai and started a property management company over there and ran that for about 3 years. And when my family started growing and my brother got married, then he had his first child, I thought I just wanted to, go be with my family instead of living all these years overseas running a business. And I mean, it was a lot of fun being in Dubai. I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved life there, right? It was so much fun. But I got to a place where money was no longer a like I wasn't on the struggle bus. I didn't have to work for money. I had a lot of time. And
Mm.
so that's sort of where I sat back and evaluated life and what was important. And that's when I sold the business over there and came back to the States. But
Mhm.
so after, I mean, even after Dubai, I kind of dabbled in real estate here in the States for a bit and then went into, ended up, I wanted to be on the investment side of real estate, but I was so good at like making friends and networking.
Mm.
One of these retail real estate teams scooped me up and they're like, all right, you're going to be our lead generator. So they brought me
Mm.
on their team. I was doing lots of cold calling like crazy. I was making about, was it 180? There's like, I forget the cap now, how many calls are allowed from one phone number per day. It's like 180 to 200 calls a day.
Wow.
And over that year I had over 30,000 calls made that I could go back and track and check on the
Wow.
stats. So it was a lot of it was a good skill to develop, and from that I got really good. I was setting like 16 listing appointments a month, and I was then teaching other real estate agents how to cold call and do their team, but they weren't wanting to cold call. So I was like, all right, let's figure out a different way. So I started teaching them organic Facebook marketing. And
Okay.
so from there, I created a course. From there, I started getting into ClickFunnels, and that is really my entry point right there. Because once I got into ClickFunnels, it was like mindset upgrade, life upgrade, technology upgrade, friends upgrade, and everything just leveled up after that.
Mm,
Once I was in that ClickFunnels community,
mm.
which
So
is still not even getting to the ads yet.
yeah,
But
so your entry was ClickFunnels ClickFunnels Classic.
yes, yeah, back in 2021 was the first account or the first time I signed up for ClickFunnels during the one funnel away, the one funnel, the one funnel away challenge in 2021. I remember it was April 19th that I started. I had
Oh.
committed myself, and I was like, okay, this is the date. This is the date that I'm going to do it.
How
Went
Yeah,
went through it.
how were you introduced to the one funnel away challenge? Because I think some of us have a story about seeing an ad on Facebook. And I think Brandon was searching for something, and he came in through Grant Cardone, right? Traffic
It was kind of
Traffic
Grant
Secrets.
Cardone. Yeah, so I mean, it was the Cardone world with Closer Survival Guide, which got me into the world of funnels. Didn't know I was in, but then it kind of led to Traffic Seekers because I was selling cars at the time, and I was like, how do I get more traffic to the dealership? And
Right.
so it was that book, and then that led to the One Funnel Away Challenge at the end of 2020, back when like COVID was ramping up. So 2020 into 2021, that's when like all the funnel stuff was starting to happen. And I remember my first lead gen funnel was for a car guide, a car buying guide. It's like how to buy a car or something like that. I don't think it ever took off because one, I didn't put any money behind it, and two, I didn't really know how to promote it as I would today. So, but it was out there and it was good practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the reps. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So what was your first intro, and what was your first funnel? What was your first funnel and
That's
offer?
crazy. So I didn't even come in the normal way. I was dating a guy at the time. His name was Joe, and he had a book on his bedside table. And the book was called .com Secrets. And he was an IT guy, so I was thinking it was going to be some very dry tech manual. And I don't know where he was, but I was there and the book was there. And so I picked it up and I started reading, and I was reading and reading and reading, and I couldn't put it down. And so I think I don't even know, like 10 pages in, and I was like, I need this book. So I'm like trying not to write in his book, but I was like, can I borrow this? So anyway, I ended up borrowing it, and he's like, you could just have, and that's kind of how I learned about .com Secrets. Oh my gosh, I was taking so
Mm,
many notes. I was mapping out my own life, how it works with this and this. And so that, I don't know how I actually got involved in, if I looked it up or I got pixeled on one of the websites I was visiting. I don't know how I got the ad, but I got on their mailing list, and I remember I planned it out. So it wasn't even an impulse sort of join the one funnel away. It was, I had put it on the calendar, and I made sure I cleared everything out so that when I got to April 19th, that I would have that day set aside to start this challenge. and changed my life.
And it was a whole 30 it was a whole 30 days back then.
Yes, and it was 5 days at a time, and I remember it was day 9 and day 12 that took me probably a month to get through, or at least a couple weeks. I couldn't keep up, but I always came back and finished that. So I was probably in November. Anyway, so I went to my first funnel hacking live that September. So April is when I started the challenge. And then September was the funnel hacking live in Orlando. And I'm over in the Tampa area. So I'm not far from Orlando. I mean, it's like an hour and a half, maybe 2-hour drive, which was perfect. I think if it wasn't in Orlando, I may not have gone.
Yeah.
But it was easy. It was just a little drive over, and
So
got a cheap hotel. And
what's one of the biggest things that you learned during that one funnel away challenge, or about funnels, that really changed your perspective about, running an online business or using funnels? Was there what's something that really changed what you thought about funnels and being able to use them?
the biggest shift that I had was a belief shift, which Russell Brunson is fantastic at, taking you from right here, breaking all your belief patterns, and you end up over here, a new person. And over again, every day of the one funnel away challenge, it was like shifting your mind. Here's this person who did it. Here's this person who did it. Shifting your mind. And so I think giving me the belief that it is possible has been the biggest shift, the biggest mindset, because having the belief, I feel like, helped me overcome everything else. So you asked me what my first funnel was, and my first funnel was, I called it 5 Script Secrets, because it was a script that I had come up with on my while I was doing all these reps on cold calling. Like, they needed to pass level 1 to get to level 2. They needed to pass level 2 to get to level 3. And so I had to take emotion out of the cold calling. So I developed a framework, and I didn't know I had developed a framework until Russell Brunson gave me the word to describe what I was doing.
You had already had this framework, but you didn't know that it was a framework and that you could put it into a organized way and actually teach that. It's kind of like what he teaches, like how it's his framework for a framework.
Right. All I knew was that, like, I had 5 things I needed to go through in my script, and they couldn't go to level, like, if they didn't have a house, they didn't get to go to level 2. I don't ask them, have they ever thought about selling it? You know what I mean? Like, you have to pass level 1 to get to level 2, and then it was all the way down. And if you follow the framework, if you got through all the levels, that's when the appointment was set. And then I sent an agent out, and you got your house listed. And that was kind of how it all worked. And that was me taking my emotion out of it, so it wasn't a struggle every day when I showed up to cold call. So that's kind of how I thought about that. But yeah, so that was my first funnel. I called it 5 Script Secrets. And no, it wasn't perfect. And I had a number 5 in the URL, and it was a little awkward, but we got it done. I did the very first funnel, and I made $1,000. I don't know, maybe like $1,500, $1,800. It wasn't quite $2,000, but I made $1,000 in it, because all the real estate agents I was talking to, I'd say, hey, here's this thing, go buy it. You need this. And so they would go buy it. And it was my framework on how to talk to prospects, basically.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my first
crazy.
one.
It's crazy how the simplest things can make you money in today's world. As far as digital assets, they're so easy to make now, especially with AI, which we'll be getting into here in a minute. But just having that idea of knowing the skill that you have to be able to then put it on paper and then market it. Like, granted, back then it took you 30 days plus to do it. Now, if somebody really has the mindset to just do it, I wouldn't say desperate enough to do it, but
Yeah.
like back against the wall, you put this software behind it, and it will like exponentially increase your time to market and get you that money, which is crazy.
One of the things that I do want to mention to anybody who might be watching this and is nervous to be on camera, I'm not nervous to be on camera or speak publicly now. But when I started, again, here was my process. I would take my phone, or I would write down everything I was going to say. I would take my phone, record it as a voice note, and and then I would put the voice note on the recording, and then I would video myself like pointing to visuals or whatever I was going to do. So I was like my own voiceover for myself, or I would put the voice note close to the thing that was recorded. And so it was so awkward, but I was like, I didn't know what else to do. And I was just making it happen. But I was so afraid of being on camera and speaking at the same time. Because what if I messed up? I'm not going to mess up. That's because I'm going to record a voice note and record it over and over and over again until it's perfect. And then I'll draw visuals and I'll rehearse my movements. I had a mobile whiteboard. And so even now, I don't remember if I still have the YouTube channel. I made sure I saved some of those videos because they're so funny. Like, you watch it and you're like, what? She's not talking, but it's her voice. I try to get my face to react.
I think it's so awesome. I think it's just amazing. Even just remembering where you were and then going back and seeing how can you believe we were using ClickFunnels Classic back then? It almost feels like ancient times, and there was no AI. It almost feels like dinosaur times back then, because now you're creating content now just super in front of the camera. You're using these AI characters now. I just want to say that it is, because we've known each other almost, I don't even know if it's been since your first Funnel Hacking Live, if that was when we first met, but it's amazing to see how you have grown and kind of, we've kind of all been on this journey, seeing each other from the beginning, and we're still here. We're still here. And that's what's awesome. I love it.
Yes. So the whole lead generation or